Don't call it a comeback. eBay trying to compete with Amazon once again. eBay's planning on rolling out their own shipping service to try to challenge Amazon and Amazon FBA. Saw an article today on Bloomberg, and the article's titled, eBay is planning a new shipping service to challenge rival Amazon. So just to kind of break down what's happening, this is set to launch sometime in 2020. It's in beta testing right now, and we'll be kind of talking about somebody's experience with using it. These aren't actually going to be eBay warehouses. Essentially what's happening, or what's going to happen, is eBay has created partnerships with private 3PL companies, and because eBay has so many sellers, they're able to kind of negotiate volume rates better than an individual like you or I could get from a 3PL company. So essentially, sellers will be able to send their items off to a warehouse. eBay will store, or eBay, quote unquote, eBay fulfillment partners will store the items. They'll obviously provide all the packaging supplies. They'll ship the items. It'll be faster shipping. It'll theoretically be cheaper shipping. And eBay is going to take responsibility for lost and broken packages. So very similar to what Amazon FBA does, except, obviously this isn't going to be eBay themselves warehousing the stuff. And we'll kind of give a read through this article in a second. One thing I just wanted to talk about in advance, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on eBay, especially for those of you guys who've been on eBay for years as buyers or sellers? Like, what do you think of eBay today? What did you think of eBay 5 or 10 years ago? And where do you think eBay went wrong, right? Like, what's really interesting to me is eBay and Amazon started around the same time. Amazon started in 94. eBay started in 95. Obviously, at first, Amazon was only books. It was years before they expanded into other products. And even then, I feel like Amazon didn't really start getting popular. At least it didn't come onto my radar until, I don't know, it's hard to remember, man. I want to say, 2010 or something like that. And eBay had a huge head start. As far as casual sellers, eBay was the place to go back in the day. Even for buyers, I think a lot of people were using eBay and had never even heard of Amazon. At least that was the case with me. eBay was almost, the same way that when we think about tissue that you blow your nose with, we call it Kleenex, even if it's not Kleenex, because it's that well known. I almost feel like for years, when you referred to selling stuff online, it was sell it on eBay, even if you were going to sell it on some other platform. Not that there really are that many good competing platforms, but I feel like eBay used to dominate the e-commerce space, or the marketplace e-commerce platform space. And now, a lot of people look at eBay as being a complete joke. I'm sure probably a lot of you guys haven't logged on to eBay in years. I personally don't use it that much anymore. And so I was just kind of curious to hear from you guys, where did eBay go wrong? How is the experience different from Amazon? And it's kind of ironic, even though a lot of us think of eBay as being kind of a joke and having totally lost the battle to Amazon, eBay is no chump. I mean, eBay, I think they do about $10 billion a year in revenue. They own StubHub, Half.com, those Kijiji classifieds. They have, I want to say, 180 million active users. So even though a lot of us kind of think of eBay as being dead, I mean, eBay is still one of the largest e-commerce platforms out there. But again, I mean, they're nothing in comparison to Amazon. And I feel even Walmart and Target, even though obviously that's a completely different thing, but I feel even the Walmart marketplace is starting to surpass eBay in terms of being a place that sellers want to sell and buyers want to buy. So I'd love to hear your guys' kind of opinion on eBay today, where they've gone wrong over the years, all that type of stuff. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about all that. I was also thinking, does eBay have any chance whatsoever of, I don't think they have any chance of surpassing Amazon, or even necessarily taking a significant portion of the market share, but does eBay have any chance of becoming a big name, or a place that buyers and sellers really want to shop or sell on and use? I think a lot of sellers could easily be converted to eBay sellers, because I think a lot of sellers, Amazon is kind of a necessary evil. I feel like most of us hate Amazon. Even those of us who are successful and make money on Amazon, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. So I feel like eBay could easily win over sellers. I feel like it's the buyers who aren't going to come to eBay. And kind of the reason I say that, Amazon has always been a lot stricter in regards to seller performance and things like that. So, my last, not that I've bought a lot of stuff on eBay, but my last few eBay transactions over the past couple years have been really, really bad experiences. One of them, the microphone I'm actually using right now, it's called the Blue Nessie. One of the most popular kind of like YouTube microphones is called the Blue Ice or the Blue Snowball Ice. The Nessie is kind of a higher end microphone, but I believe it was also the predecessor. And now the Yeti's kind of taken that over. But I bought one of these on eBay. I forget what I spent. I don't know, $30, $50, $80, something like that. Much cheaper than I could get it in a store. But when I went to... Oh, actually, I'm screwing up this story. It actually wasn't this microphone. It was my webcam. I have a C920 webcam, which is one of the kind of popular, YouTuber webcams. And I think I could have got it at Target for maybe $70, Walmart for $70. Occasionally they go on sale for $49. I happened to see one on eBay for, it wasn't significantly cheaper, maybe like $39 or $40 or something, $45. And I'm cheap, and I didn't necessarily need it in a rush, even though I was kind of anxious to get it. And so I seen one on eBay going for a good price, so I reached out to, maybe it was this microphone. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. But I reached out to the seller, and I was like, look, man, I want to buy this from you, but, for whatever reason I needed it. Maybe I wanted to make some video or something. And I said, I want to buy your microphone. Can you ship it within the next day or two? Like, otherwise I'm just going to go to Target and buy it. It's like $30 more. And the guy was like, oh, yeah, totally. And so I go, okay, cool, I'll buy it from you. So I buy it from the guy. He doesn't ship it that day, and even though he told me he would. And I'm like, whatever, shit happens, stuff comes up. I'll wait till tomorrow. So then the next day rolls around, it doesn't ship again. I think I message him. I don't hear from him for like another 2 or 3 days. Maybe it rolled into the weekend. And now it's been like 4 days. So I reach out to him. I'm like, dude, man. I'm like, the only reason I bought this from you is because you told me that you'd ship it quickly. Like, we're 4 days in at this point. I wish I would have just bought it from Target. I said, if you haven't shipped it already, please just refund my money. I'll go buy my own. So he winds up uploading a tracking number that doesn't work. It was a fake tracking number. And I'm pestering him. I'm like, dude, you haven't shipped this. This is a fake tracking number. So then like a week goes by. Finally, I just open a claim. I wound up getting my money back. Now that I think about it, it was a webcam because I did wind up just opening a case with eBay. I wound up going to Target and buying a webcam. But literally, this guy wasted like a week or a week and a half of my time. And that's kind of been my typical experience of eBay. I feel like, well, there are professional sellers and real businesses that sell on eBay. I feel like eBay is mostly like small-time people selling random shit around their house or somebody who's just getting an e-commerce business off the ground. Like, one of the big things that I see right now that provides a really kind of crappy buyer experience, and I get why eBay and PayPal don't like drop shippers. I can't tell you how many stories I see on either like the eBay or the dropship subreddits or forums where people are like, oh, I sold a couple items on eBay, but PayPal's holding my money for 21 days and I don't have the money to buy this item and ship it to the customer. So buyers bought something, right, obviously expecting for it to ship to them, and